Somewhere in Japan, showers stay spotless for decades, and it's not because they scrub it harder. Look at your shower door, or the tile on your wall when the light hits it sideways. That gray-white haze covering the whole surface, the kind you can run a finger across but never actually wash off. And down in the corners where water always sits, that pink film, or the creeping black growing along the grout and the edge of the tub. The tub itself never quite looks white, no matter how long you kneel there scrubbing with your arm aching. Somewhere along the way, you probably decided that's just what an old bathroom looks like, and the best anyone can do is scrub harder and buy a stronger spray. Sit with me a second, because I need to tell you why every single one of those sprays failed you. It was never about not scrubbing hard enough. You've been fighting two completely different enemies with the same wrong weapon for both, and nobody ever explained the difference. That cloudy film on your glass and tile isn't dirt. It's mineral, hard water drying on the surface again and again, leaving calcium and lime behind each time until it hardens into a crust actually bonded into the glass. And that pink or black creeping through the grout and along the tub edge isn't dirt either. It's mold, alive and growing from its own roots. Here's the thing that changes everything once you see it. Soap can't touch either one of these. Nearly every bottle on a cleaning aisle is soap in some form, built to lift loose dirt sitting on top of a surface. You cannot wash away a mineral that's chemically bonded to glass, you can only dissolve it. And you cannot scrub mold out from its roots, you have to kill it. Every session with a sponge has been soap walking into a fight it was never built to win, and then blaming the arm doing the scrubbing. The old ways of keeping a house are what I want to share here. The way my grandmother kept hers. Back before, there was an entire aisle of sprays telling a woman exactly what to buy. In a lot of Japanese households, bathrooms are treated as genuinely wet rooms, a space fully expected to get soaked, and the whole daily rhythm of the room is built around one very old rule. Water left sitting to dry on a surface is the actual enemy, not the water itself. My grandmother knew that a cup of vinegar and a squeegee did nearly the whole job. No products to sell, no bottle to push, just plain knowledge that used to pass quietly from one generation to the next before it got lost somewhere along the way. So today, let's take that surface back. Before any cleaner touches anything, clear the shower out completely, every bottle, every loofah, every razor, into a basket so you've got a bare surface to actually work with. Rinse the walls and tub down with plain water first. That washes away loose hair and surface debris, so the real cleaner isn't wasted fighting the easy mess. Open a window or turn on the fan because you want air moving through the room the whole time you're working. Now the cleaner, and it's the same cheap mixture that solves almost all of this, the mild acid my grandmother always reached for. 1 cup of water, 1 cup of white vinegar, and a teaspoon of plain dish soap mixed together in a spray bottle. The vinegar is the entire secret here. A gentle acid that dissolves mineral film and kills mold. The two things soap alone was never able to do. The dish soap cuts through the greasy part of soap scum, so it finally lets go of the surface. Spray it everywhere, starting at the top of the walls and working down, covering the glass, the corners, and the tub. Here's the step almost everyone skips, and skipping it is the whole reason most attempts fail. Let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes and walk away. That waiting time is the acid quietly taking the mineral crust apart, which is the entire point. You're not scrubbing the mineral off. You're giving the vinegar time to dissolve it so it simply rinses away afterward. If it starts drying before that, mist it again, since it needs to stay wet and working the whole time. Then scrub, working top to bottom in sections, so dirty runoff always drips over what hasn't been cleaned yet, never back over what has. Use gentle tools, since a tub and a glass door scratch far more easily than most people expect. A soft scrubbing sponge works for most of it, and warming it under hot water first makes it even gentler on the surface. A soft bristled brush handles general scrubbing, and for a bigger shower, a soft brush attachment spinning on a drill saves your arm and your knees, as long as the bristles stay soft. Save a razor blade scraper only for the very worst, thickest buildup, keeping the surface wet so it glides, using a fresh blade, and going slow so nothing gouges the finish. There's one special spot, the textured non-slip section at the bottom of the tub. A spray just runs off those little grooves and never actually gets down into them. A thicker cream cleanser works far better there, since it sits down in the texture instead of sliding away. Spread it in, scrub with the brush, let it sit a moment, then rinse. For the mold specifically, in the grout and the corners, let the vinegar dwell the longest, since it needs real time to reach down and kill it at the root rather than just wiping the surface, which only lets it grow right back. Rinse it all away with plain water top to bottom until every trace of vinegar and loosened mineral is gone. Here's a small trick for rinsing a wall evenly. Hold a cup flat against the tile up high and slowly tip it, and the water pours down in one smooth sheet instead of splashing everywhere. And now the single most important step in this whole process, the one that decides whether you're back on your knees again next month. Dry it. Take 2 dry microfiber cloths and wipe down the glass, the walls, the fixtures, everything until it's genuinely dry, not just visibly clean. Every water spot, every new film, every patch of mold starts exactly the same way, with water left sitting on a surface to dry and leave its minerals behind, over and over. Before going further, 2 warnings, because the last thing I want is for you to ruin your tub trying to save it. Never reach for a harsh, aggressive chemical or a strong acid on this surface, since it can etch it and leave a permanent dull streak nothing undoes. And above all, never combine this with a toilet bowl cleaner or anything containing bleach. It might feel like it would cut through scum faster, but an acid mixed with bleach produces toxic chlorine gas, which is genuinely dangerous in a small closed bathroom. Test anything new on a small hidden spot first and stay patient rather than aggressive. Now let me say the quiet part about who actually profits from nobody knowing any of this. Walk down that cleaning aisle and count them: the soap scum removers, the daily shower sprays, the tile and grout foams, an entire glowing wall of bottles, every one of them promising to be the answer, and not a single one able to dissolve a bonded mineral, because they're all soap underneath the marketing. Even the daily shower sprays people mist on after every wash leave their own thin film behind to join the rest. None of that is really selling a fix. It's selling the ongoing management of a problem, a bottle bought again every month forever, when a jug of vinegar costing a couple of dollars actually dissolves the trouble and finishes the job. There's simply no money in something that lasts a household a full year for a couple of dollars. There's a great deal of money in a shelf of sprays bought again and again to fight something that never quite goes away, and somewhere along the way, plain vinegar got pushed to the back of the shelf while the bright bottles took over the whole wall. My grandmother wiped her tiles down and opened the window, and her bathroom never scaled and never molded because she knew the one law no company will ever pay to teach anyone. A dry surface can't build a film, and it can't grow mold. Water is the whole enemy, and she never let it sit. So here are the small habits that keep it clean for good. And the first one is the entire secret. After every shower, run a squeegee down the glass and walls for 30 seconds, pulling that mineral-loaded water off before it ever has the chance to dry and leave its crust behind. That one habit alone prevents nearly all of it. Keep the fan running or a window cracked for a while afterward so the room actually dries. And once a week, give the whole shower a quick spray of the vinegar mix and a wipe, so grime never gets a real foothold. Do those 3 things, and there's no more going back to your knees the way you have been.